Yeah. We back. It's the mighty RSC, the undefeated RSC. And like we always do around this time, as per usual, it's survey time. So this week's survey question is, we have a brand new Atlantic champion over in AEW. He goes by the name of Orange Cassidy. So the question that goes around the ring, will he make it to New Year as the Atlantic champion? I'm going to say nah.
I say yeah.
I'm going to go with yeah.
Yay!
We arrange the boxes and let's get it started.
Peace to the gods, the Ringside Club pod. My name is A.O. Say you're the Ron the Don. Blame Boogie while you at it, blame Chad Law. Kayfabe is dead, break the fourth wall. Whatever style, whether it's lucha or strong style. Come through the venue, fly, burn the bar down. Back to the pad, chop it up for the par. Ringside Club, intro to the squad as the show starts. Good God Almighty, he's got a family, damn it.
Bow!
Peace to the gods. Peace to the earths. Broadcasting live from the Empire Tri-State. We are the undefeated, undisputed Cuatros Champions of this pro wrestling media thing. We go by the name of the Ringside Club. You are tuned in to Around the Rings. It's a pro wrestling roundtable show that just happens to be hosted by the best four men in this game. Best four-man booth in the game today. You heard me. Everything you need to know is at therinsideclub.com. And in case you don't know, you can follow along across all social media. We're on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, of course on Facebook. And all the subscriptions are as follows. For the video, we're on YouTube. For the audio, everywhere the podcasts are available, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart. Everywhere you listen, we're there. So tap in, subscribe, make sure you tell a friend that it is indeed them again. Before we get this show on the road, I want to send a thank you to those wrestling girls. We happen to be guests on their Thirsty Thursdays episode this past week. Shouts to them.
Very fun episode.
Absolutely.
Chairs were thrown.
There
were melees.
I saw a backbreaker, spine buster through the announce table. Spanish announce table is in shambles right now.
Very passionate conversations.
I ain't never seen somebody
driven.
defend Rock and Austin to the level that KB defended that whole scenario. That was kind of wild. I ain't even.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I never heard anything like that before, man.
She went in. I ain't never seen a black woman defend a Rock and Austin breakdown like that in my entire life. Let me shout out to those Ringside girls for that, man. That was kind of wild. That was pretty dope.
Absolutely.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody besides Dave LaGreca have that much energy for a wrestling conversation in my life. I swear to God. Honestly, I was glad I was a part of it, but at a point, I'm like, yo, I'm about to get hit with a chair, so I'm just gonna dip out.
Nah, it felt that intense. Like it felt like we was about to get swung on if we was in the spot. Like the way I was talking, it felt like KB was gonna hit me.
Word.
Yo, she called you out before. Yeah, she called you out before you tapped in anyway, Chaz. She was ready for you.
Oh no, she was ready to fight.
Absolutely. So yeah, man. Shouts to those wrestling girls. Of course, they have their 4th anniversary event that's coming up November 5th. It's in Brooklyn. We'll be there. The day prior, November 4th, We Are Wrestling. They have the Welcome to the Bronx event. Obviously, Welcome to the Bronx is in the Bronx. We'll be there. Make sure you check therinsideclub.com. All information, ticket information, event information is right there. You should probably grab your tickets because both of those events are going to be fire. And we'll be chilling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. This is the Ringside Club. This is Around the Rings. I go by the name of A.O. You can find me everywhere at DJ A.O. Baker. Pass it to the guy, my man Ron the Don. What's good, baby?
Hey, who are you? Let me introduce you to the other Don. Don.
Don the Don, yours truly. I am Ron the Don. You can catch me on all socials. Ron Don PMF. Cop some coffee, cop the hats. We out here. Let me kick it to my man Bud. What's up, man?
Look what you did.
What up, everybody? You know, everybody's favorite scapegoat, Blame Boogie. Again, you can't catch me anywhere, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't know if Chad's in this stratosphere, but I'm going to try and pass it over to Chad Law real quick.
He just happens to be the champ.
Chad is Heath Ledger.
The champ is here.
Yeah, what's the word, huh? You see the Yankee? I'm riding through Brooklyn right now. It's the kid, Young Godiva himself, Chad Law, CHADLAW. I'm spinning the block. Word to my nigga K-Flock. Grrr, bow, nigga. I'm outside, you know what I'm saying? Running through the streets. You feel me? It's all good, though. The reigning Ringside Club.
We will never be able to monetize this
reigning,
episode.
The reigning ATR predictions champion is here in the spot. You know what I'm saying? He making shit happen. I'm ready. Who's trying to take an L to the kid?
And Chad.
Who?
Yo, he stole the same cop car that Heath Ledger stole in The Dark Knight. What is Chad doing out here? He's swerving around the New York streets right now.
Chad's nigga is crazy.
Yo, Chad is in a city near you, cruising these streets.
Yeah.
I'm in a city near you. You heard?
Yeah. Watch
Let's
your
get these
sidewalks.
topics going. It's the Ringside Club. What they say, it's the almighty. It's the almighty Ringside Club. You heard? I'm on mute.
Yo.
Yeah, this guy lost his shit. He got a Mario star tonight.
I love it. All right, fellas, we're going to get this show on the road so Chad can get to a safe location as soon as possible.
Yeah, please. Don't nobody drink and drive. Everything's going to be all right.
All right, man. Topic numero uno. We're talking about the Mysterios. I love what's happening with the feud right now. Obviously, we got Dominic. He's over there with Finn Balor's crew. He's with Rhea. He's being dominated by Rhea. We already know what time it is. He got put in that headlock, and he's never been the same since. And then on the other side, we got his pops, Rey Mysterio. We saw him get attacked. He doesn't want to fight his son. So I see this going two ways, right? And I'm curious what you fellas think. I'm going to just get right to it. This feud is going to end either as Dom retires Rey or Rey joins up with his son, with Finn, with Dom, with Priest, and joins that faction. I'm going to say that at WrestleMania. I'm calling it right now. This WrestleMania, there will be a match. It will be a retirement match. Because I went and looked. Like right now, Rey Mysterio is 47 years old. He's been wrestling for 33 years, which means he started at age 14. He's been around the block.
I'm with you up until we get to retirement.
So you're saying they have a match, or I'll throw it around the ring, but I'm gonna say like what I think is gonna happen, the way I think this feud ends, and I'll pass it around real quick. I think WrestleMania, I think it's Dom versus Rey. I think Dom retires Rey, and we get that send off, and then next year he gets thrown into the Hall of Fame. That's how I think this ends. But I love what's going on, and just a shout out to Rey Mysterio for as long as he's been doing this, having as interesting a storyline as what's going on right now, plus still performing at such a high level in the ring. So,
man, you can't tell me that that's a 40-something-year-old man behind that mask pushing 50. He's
almost 50, and he's killing it. He's moving better than me. I tell you that much.
A stem cell does a body good. I'll tell you that
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, give it to him, Ron.
All right.
Nigga Ron said the stem cell.
Yo, man.
Ron is crazy.
I'm just saying, that man, drinking that stem cell. I don't know what he doing with it, man. Listen.
Nah, man, drinking stem cell is fucking outlandish.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Yo, the way that man is moving, he might as well be. Just put that shit in a smoothie and he good to go. All right. So after you posed this question, I came up with a little scenario, and I'm gonna run through it as quick as possible. So last thing we saw was Rey still refusing to hit Dominic, and Dominic took advantage of that. So here's how I'm gonna book it. Have Rey come back with Dominic's mom in the system, have them plead with Dominic to stop being with Judgment Day because you're hurting the family, you're hurting your father, and you're hurting your family. Boom. Rhea's gonna smack up his sister backstage or outside the ring. I'm just saying, yo, make that shit good. Maybe the mother, if you want to take it that far, Listen,
Yo, I can
like
see
just some
Rhea
Jerry
like
Springer.
clotheslining his moms.
Yo, I'm just saying, like, make it like Jerry Springer, you dig? So,
Jerry Springer is fucking crazy, B.
yo, so let me see. Dominic's gonna, and then they're like, wait, maybe the mother, if they want to take it that far, Dominic's gonna refuse to leave the Judgment Day. So at this point, Ray may go back to Edge and AJ Styles to help him out with the Judgment Day. They refuse, of course. Kid lost, like Dominic lost his lost his course. So Ray is finally gonna have a sit down with with Dominic for one last plea. Dominic curses him out and leaves Ray in tears because Ray loves to cry so much now. So for a Hail Mary to save his son, Ray obtains footage of Finn, Damian, and Rhea talking backstage, saying Dominic is weak, and he played right into their hands, and they knew that this kid's definitely not family. Ray shows the footage to Dominic, and Dominic doesn't even believe it. So Dominic goes and questions Judgment Day about the comments, and then made something to say that is not true, blah, say blah. So then at Survivor Series, Judgment Day is at a match with the OC, because now you see, like,
this nigga Ron is booking right now.
I'm just saying.
Yo, this is a job application.
Booking out this motherfucker.
Yo,
this is a job application right now.
Hey, listen, I'm trying to get that paper. I'm just saying. So I think what's the face? Judgment Day is, I guess they're gonna start feuding with AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson and the OC. So this is how I'm gonna end it. So I'm not gonna say it's gonna be at what's the next one? Crown Jewel. I say it's at Survivor Series. Judgment Day is in a match with the OC. Dominic is out there and is still torn between the video footage and Judgment Day. Now it's AJ Styles and Finn. Days in the ring. Ref is knocked out. Dominic comes in the ring with a weapon, goes to hit AJ. Then Ray J comes out. Ray. Shit, why I say Ray J. Imagine Ray J comes through.
Ray J needs to be in the WWE. I ain't gonna.
Isn't that Brandy's brother?
Brandy's brother.
We might be the only podcast in the world that does not have Raycon earbuds as a sponsorship. We need to get out of this.
Ray J needs to be in the motherfucking WWE, son. I ain't gonna
always having one with
Ray J in the E. I'm on mute.
Yo, so what was I? So ends up hitting Finn. AJ hits the phenomenal forearm. OC wins. Ray and Dominic hug it out. Let's go. Book it.
So basically, we're what? Survivor Series, and they reunite?
They reunite after Dominic goes, like, he gets torn between Ray and, like, the video that he showed and Judgment Day. I say they may reunite.
Or,
well, let's see what happens.
Book.
Book it.
All right. Well, I feel like, with the introduction of the OC coming back, if that's what their name's going to be, whatever, just chilling with AJ Styles, I think we're going to move away from Rey Mysterio for a little bit. It just feels like a little bit different. So I think as far as Rey Mysterio goes, I'm really interested to see how he gets booked. Will he hold the championship, one of the mid-card titles, as we call them, or the non main event titles, if you will. But I feel like Ray is, getting up there in his years. I do like the idea of booking him where he does eventually face Dominic in a career match or something like that, which would be dope, and he still wins that match. Then they reunite and then send him off at a Hall of Fame or something like that, where the family's back together, would be dope. But I would like to see them feud and actually fight, because we know it's going to happen at some point. You don't do all this for them to not fight. I just think they're stepping away from it for a minute because they have a different opportunity with AJ Styles right now. So I think we get a little bit more of a, filler. I don't even know if the OC and AJ and all them fight in at Crown Jewel. Maybe they do. If not, definitely Survivor Series. If not, we get a part 1 Crown Jewel, part 2 Survivor Series, regular WWE booking type shit. So that's my take on specifically that. I mean, Ray himself, I do see Ray doing bigger and better things right now, and then them coming back to that whole Dominic shit at some point. Just not sure when.
True.
Work.
Mr. Law, it's on you.
Yo, man, straight up and down, I don't know how the fudge we are going to get to WrestleMania, but the Dom and Ray match is going to culminate at WrestleMania. I don't know how it'll end. I think Ray still got 3 years in his contract. Ray Mysterio is totally going to WrestleMania. I'm not going to deny this. This is actually happening. How we get there is going to be the question, though. I'm not going to lie. It's going to take some time, but I don't see Ray retiring, though. Literally, it's okay.
This is the real question. Anybody really think about this? I don't know if anyone else has. Does anyone see how much money the Mysterios spend on Louis Vuitton clothing? You notice that?
Nah,
Every
yo,
episode when they're in plain clothes, it's always Louis Vuitton, bro. The mom, everybody.
Between plain clothes plus everything, the custom gear, you don't really see at least Ray in the same thing more than once, maybe twice. Never. You know what I'm saying? Maybe twice, but that's spread a couple years apart. So they're spending some bread. Like but you figure like he's been wrestling since he's 14.
We might have to just let our listeners know real quick, just as an aside, people who aren't watching and who are listening, we're gonna probably be cutting back and forth between Chad going through some shit and Chad not going through some shit this entire episode. So weave in and out with us as you will. I may have to insert some kind of sound effect to let you know when Chad's not here no more.
It's about to be surgical.
This is going to be funny ass episode. But yeah, I think the Mysterios have put their stamp on obviously professional wrestling. I think it's fire, whatever comes from this. But
that's a fact, man.
In true, bookend fashion, we got to see the family break up to make up. It's just got to happen.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I think, like if what I say actually happens and he's retired at WrestleMania, I think the following WrestleMania, I think Dom inducts him. Right, so Dom will retire him, and then Dom will induct him in the Hall of Fame the next year. And then like during that retirement, because if he has like 3 years left on his contract, it doesn't mean that he's not going to be active on camera. He's just not going to wrestle. So they could still figure out a way, like maybe, they reunite while he's retired and he mentors his kid or some shit like that. But either way, like I like what they're doing. If I'm wrong, which tends to happen quite a bit, considering I usually come in last place in these predictions. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it's entertaining, so I fuck with it.
Yeah, it's not bet money.
Yeah, I'm not betting. I know what I had to do to get the money. I ain't betting that shit.
Right,
man.
Word up.
So for the last 5 years or a little more than that, before doing the storyline with Roman and going for the title, we seen Brock in the top card most of the time, being the champion with Paul Heyman by his side. I believe we all thought, I thought that Brock was taking the title off Roman. I believe at I think it was SummerSlam, if I'm correct.
The forklift match or whatever that was.
Yeah. So now we saw that Brock lost Roman at SummerSlam, and it disappears again like he usually does. So this week we saw Brock returns back to the WWE on the season premiere of Raw and goes after Bobby Lashley. As a result of this, Bobby Lashley loses the United States title to Seth Rollins, which I wasn't too mad about. Put the title on Seth Rollins, not mad about that. So as of right now, and building to Crown Jewel, Logan Paul is taking on Roman Reigns for the WWE Heavyweight Championship or the Universal Heavyweight Championship. I don't know what you want to call it.
That's gonna be a really fast match, bro.
Yeah. Word.
I call it filler.
Yeah,
that's the nasty lettuce with the nasty croutons. That ain't even the good salad. I'm telling you, it's not because I don't like either one. It's just it's the story. Like there's nothing there for me.
Yeah, there is no story. Like he was on Logan's show. He made a comment. He challenged him. They pushed each other a couple times, and now we got a match in Saudi. It's the Saudi bag match. That's all.
Yeah. Just run through it real quick. See where that goes. So, where was I? So it seems like he's going to be doing something with Lashley. So, I found this is interesting because it's not often within the last few years that you see Brock in the storyline as like a upper mid-carder and not having the title.
That's true.
My question to you guys is, how would you book Brock and Bobby right now, if I was to book it, Bobby's gonna come back and say to Brock that you're not gonna be bullying me and throwing me around like you do everybody else. I'm saying I'm too big for that, and I can toss your country farm ass around.
Yo, you're writing.
Listen,
Like,
oh, I'm right. Listen, I came prepared, bro. So Brock is gonna say, prove it, and for the next few weeks, lean up the crown jewel. I think let them toss each other around, destroy shit, destroy the announce table, tear down barricades, just whole bunch of destruction, man. Prepare for the pause. They're two big beefy men, and they need to slap meat until crown jewel. Why not? You know what I'm saying? They're two big guys just swinging around. Pause. Pause is necessary. So at any of these pay-per-views, at either of these pay-per-views, I guess like I'm gonna say maybe go out to Survivor Series if they want to book it that long. But I say eat these pay-per-views, put them in a cage match or Hell in a Cell or something to
Yeah.
contain them.
I think that's probably what they're gonna do. Like I can see them. It'd be smart. It'd be smart to capitalize on the fact that both of them have an MMA background. Put them in a cage. Like it'd even be dope to see him in the fight pit. You know what I'm saying? Like they made it a point to bring that fight pit up from NXT, so it'd be kind of dope to see them in the fight pit.
Yeah.
You mentioned like him being a upper mid carder, right?
Yeah.
And that part is very interesting because like Brock is always in championship matches, right? There's no real just blood feud. So this is one of the first just straight up blood feuds that he's had since he's come back. Like when he first came back and he was in the matches with Cena and Triple H. If I remember correctly, the match with Triple H wasn't about a title. It was just a feud. And outside of that, and little bouts here and there with the Undertaker is usually around a title or he's not wrestling. So this part I kind of dig, you know what I'm saying? Just to see him in an actual storyline that's not around a title. And the fact that we see what he can do with his personality now, he just goes out. That's the thing. Like Brock has always been this guy. If you ever watched any of his press conferences in UFC, this is Brock. The Brock that you see now, he's just in a different setting because you don't ever see this version of Brock on WWE. So I think that's what happens. Like they're gonna book. They're gonna probably have maybe 2 more matches. I'd say. I think it'd be really, really smart to give Bobby Lashley the upper hand in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Just because for one, I think everybody expects that Brock is gonna win because he beats everybody. But like Bobby Lashley is another dude that has a lot left in the tank. The only difference, he's there every week, so it makes sense to kind of give him that rub. Like just give him a nice, clean, tough fought, tough win over Brock. And just give us the match that we thought we were getting the first time that they were fighting. Like, I want these guys, no title, no shenanigans, no outside, no management, no Paul Heyman, no MVP, no bullshit. Just let these guys go in a cage, in a Hell in a Cell, in an elimination chamber with 4 other people, or a fight pit, whatever the case is. Just I want premium violence between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. I don't give a fuck who wins. That's how I book it. Just let them go.
Yeah, let it go all out, man. Your book, what do you think?
I mean, I think I don't want to say we've seen the last, but you mentioned, the way Brock was before, and I feel like that's like Ivan Drago Brock, like he's just a straight killer, like nothing else really to talk about. I'm just here to kill. That's it. But I think as long as we got heel Roman, we're not going to see too many real deal heels in the WWE to compete with that. I know Roman's showing a little bit more personality right now. The Bloodline's obviously got a lot of personality with Sami Zayn there. So, I wouldn't even necessarily call them heels. I think they're tweeners even at this point. I would honestly call Brock a tweener at this point. I mean, Brock is basically not really babyface, not really heel. He'll do some babyface shit, then he'll do some heel shit 2 seconds later. The crowd just loves him. It doesn't really matter what he does. He's almost impervious to that. That's the reason why he doesn't need a championship. So in that, I don't think we're going to get a championship on Brock anytime soon. I really do feel like Triple H, for lack of better terms, the new regime that's involved, they're paying attention to how many times Brock has lost recently. I think every defense he's had recently or any big match he's had, he's lost. He hasn't really won anything. So I think he's got to fight his way back, and I think this is a way for him to do that. Not to mention, although we all do want to see Bobby Lashley fight, Brock Lesnar with no BS involved, the real match is Brock Lesnar, Shelton Benjamin. And I honestly do believe that this is a great way for us to get the Hurt Business back together, even if the new Hurt Business
Yes.
is almost Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and all of them are back together again. If you have all of them together with almost, now I believe in Hurt Business, and that's
Cedric,
a serious faction.
Yeah, and
So
bring
I
Cedric
feel like
in there.
we can do stuff like that. Ronnie's question is actually great, and all these questions are going to be great because they're going to have these offshoot situations now because there's so much stuff going on in WWE that we honestly didn't think we were going to see for 6 months, and shit started firing real soon. So I do think Brock Lesnar is just going to be booked really interestingly, or whatever the word would be. I think there's going to be a lot more to come with Brock Lesnar now since he's back. And I think that, we're going to see a lot more smarter, more practical storytelling, well thought out moves being made with all these big, mid, and even smaller players, so that things just start making sense overall.
I can't front right now how I'd book Brock. I actually would keep him the furthest away from the Universal title picture, straight up and down, because I don't want to see him and Roman Reigns ever again. Like ever again, guys. We've seen this 7 to 10 times already. I don't want to see it ever again.
Yo, listen, Brock at this point versus
Brock,
anybody as champion would be so fire, but not Brock.
Brock and Lashley at Saudi. All right, we got Brock and Lashley at Blood Money, and then from there, we pretty much got Brock chilling until the Royal Rumble, and then after the Royal Rumble, Brock's gonna go to WrestleMania. Who is Brock gonna face at WrestleMania? Call it a wild card, and I'm gonna say it now, Gunther.
I've been wanting that match for a very long time.
I said it, motherfuckers.
That'll be interesting.
Gunther, WrestleMania. Let's go.
Imagine Lesnar, Gunther, and Sheamus in a 3-way at WrestleMania.
Premium violence.
That's mad meat. Pause. Mad meat. Mad meat slapping against each other. That's a lot. It's intense.
There you go.
A little too much. It's a little too much.
Go. This is
too much meat, fellas. I ain't gonna hold you.
A lot of meat this episode.
He said too much tuna.
Pause.
Too much tuna. Oh, the Lord is kind and merciful. My topic this week is pretty much along the same lines. The Raw season premiere was pretty dope. We got a lot of cool content. I just wanted to highlight one piece. Although it kind of happened in a little funky fashion, I still think that this guy always delivers, and I don't care. He's so underrated. No matter whose list he's on, he's always underrated. But Seth Rollins becoming the new United States champion on Monday Night Raw was a pretty dope situation. Never like to see Bobby Lashley lose a title, but I think Bobby Lashley has outgrown that U.S. championship. So we'll see bigger and better things with Bobby Lashley hopefully soon. But with a guy like Seth Rollins holding that United States championship, it's doing exactly what we talked about in a few episodes previously, where we're bringing some value back to these titles. Seth Rollins is not a low, front of the card guy. Seth Rollins is a main event guy. He's always been that. He kind of attacks whatever the situation is, even when it completely sucks. So what I wanted to throw around the rings, I guess, is, what do you see coming from Seth's feuds presently and future with the United States Championship leading to what everybody knows to be, the show of all shows, WrestleMania?
I mean, the Intercontinental and the U.S. Championships have been known as the workhorse championships, like specifically Intercontinental, because like U.S. really comes from NWA, WCW, but Intercontinental. And I bring both of those in because they're pretty much at the same level, obviously. They're known as the workhorse. So when Roman is off, and even though he has both of the world championships, you can pretty much expect that whoever holds the U.S. and the Intercontinental is going to be on TV. There's a high probability that they're going to defend that on an episode of Raw or an episode of SmackDown. So take that, put that to the side. The real workhorse of WWE from the beginning has always been Seth Rollins. So it makes perfect sense that he's the U.S. champion right now, because that's really a belt made for him. He's going to be the one that's putting on probably one of the top 2 or 3 best matches of the night every night, regardless of what other matches are on the card. Plus you throw in whatever's going on with his character. He's my favorite entrance right now. I don't give a shit. Like, just the fact that he's having that much fun,
He's a show
kid,
stealer all the time, moment
every
stealer.
time.
That's what he does.
Every time. As a quick aside, so there's a teacher that has this thing called the Wrestling Club. His name is Mr.
I saw
Perry.
that. They had such a good time, bro.
I've
They were
seen that,
killing
yeah.
it.
Amazing.
Very dope.
One of the kids that he brought, there was a clip when Seth was coming out. He was standing up on a couple of the chairs doing the like with the arm to a T. Like, that's the connection that Seth has. Seth is one of those guys that I think like transcends heel or face, because whatever he's doing with his character is pure entertainment either way. So I don't know, like where I think the title is going is just he's gonna be in whatever feud is gonna allow him to have the best matches. Like the chemistry that he has with Riddle is gonna be on display again, because they're gonna run that back, except this time it's gonna be personal and about a title. You know, you can line up anybody. I don't know when he loses it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he's now held pretty much every title that he can have outside of all of the NXT championships.
I think we get the team of Seth and Riddle before we get them feuding again, which would be kind of dope.
That'd be interesting.
But like let's not rule out the Randy Orton factor though. You know what I'm saying? Like Randy Orton could be the guy. Like everybody was expecting one of two things. Like either Orton was going to turn on Riddle or Riddle was going to turn on Orton. So I don't know. Like he was going to come back at some time. We're going to see how that, they're going to have their thing. But Randy's another dude that whenever he comes back, I would definitely put him in a feud over the U.S. title with Seth Rollins. But yeah, I mean, the way that this looks right now, I don't know like what his feuds are going to be, but pretty much I'm looking at it like Seth is already going to be having the best matches. Now we're going to have titles. It's going to be U.S. Open challenges from time to time. And he's going to, steal the show just like he's supposed to steal the show.
You think Seth is giving the U.S. Open challenge? Y'all bugging.
Yeah, I can't see that, honestly.
No, hold up. But no, I don't think he is. But I think there's going to be matches with nights where he's forced to, because he's the heel, whoever the authority figure, they're going to be like, nah, you're defending the title tonight. That's going to happen. That's going to happen on Raw. He's not going to willingly do that shit because he's a heel. But let's not rule out the fact that you can book a heel to make a rash decision and say, fuck it, I'm going to throw my title on. You know what I'm saying? So,
and a lot of people talk shit and they'll say that like MJF's the only real heel that like, that's out there. The fans love MJF in a different way, but MJF's like super offensive still. I don't think Seth Rollins is ever offensive. He has that real old school connection with people where he just does the work and people love him. And it doesn't matter if he's somebody you're supposed to love or somebody you're supposed to hate. People just connect to what he's doing because it's so well done.
Yo, the only thing that's heel about Seth Rollins is the fact that he'll do anything to win. But everything else, like he is legitimately probably better than whoever, right? He doesn't necessarily need to cheat. He just relies on underhanded tactics, right?
Yeah.
He has no manager. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he's doing that. Like he's a guy that's going to do whatever it takes to win. And if it happens to be against somebody that you like more than him, you're gonna boo him. But if it's not, you're gonna cheer him. You're gonna cheer him when the music hits anyway. Yeah. He's just he has that title because he's just gonna fucking kill it. Is the bottom line.
Yo, I want to salute. Sorry, not to cut you off, but I want to salute the fact that Seth Rollins, that every time he does a pay-per-view, he dedicates, or his attire is dedicated to a wrestler or
he had that RVD joint.
That was fire, man. And I love that he does that every time, man.
Yep.
No matter if he's a heel or not, you know what I'm saying?
He cares. He cares so much about what he does that he wears it. Like it's. I know it's simple, but it's dope. You don't have to do that. He does it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure he's paid enough. I would hope Seth Rollins is paid what you should be paid to be on top. It's none of my business, but he definitely deserves it. But
he's another dude. He was talking about the Mysterio wardrobe, that Rollins and Becky wardrobe.
Oh God,
that budget is looking
best gear. Seth's gear is killing it right now. I ain't gonna hold you.
Ridiculous. Yo, Chad, what's your take on Seth Rollins, my friend?
I'm so happy my man is the champ. A long time coming. He needed to be the champion finally. He deserved this, guys. He absolutely deserved the U.S. title run. He needed this U.S. title run. It's a mandatory.
No, we're
facts.
For sure.
It was like a 5-year gap between last time he had a title or something like that, right?
Yeah, and I kind of disagree with Chad. I do feel like he's gonna have. I don't think there's like a determinate feud right now. Who was there anybody that came out after he won that title or not?
I don't think so.
I really do. I think he's gonna run with that open challenge type thing. Maybe this week on Raw. Maybe they might even announce it like an open challenge, Seth Raw, U.S. title championship match. Who knows who it's gonna be with? But it would be dope if it's another return or somebody that recently returned or just a new story with somebody that's already there. It would just be dope to see what's gonna happen.
No matter what, he's gonna have a decent run, and he's gonna keep boosting the title because
I think he is going to have a decent run. His run is going to be extremely long. I think he's going to have an extensive reign as
You know
US
what?
champion.
Why wouldn't it culminate with Cody coming back and feuding with him for that belt? That would be dope as hell. If Cody does come back sometime soon.
And Cody wins.
Cody wins. Got to put a title on Cody. It would be dope to end his reign with Cody coming back. That would be dope to me.
I'm not going to oppose y'all on that one. I'm not even going to oppose y'all on that. That actually sounds kind of plausible just because it's Cody.
They have fire matches.
You're right.
I think by the time Cody comes back, I think that U.S. title is going to be even bigger than what it is now. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So it's going to be really prestigious.
Fact, because because Roman ain't losing either of those titles until
WrestleMania, I think,
or after.
maybe you think so after.
Because that's the Rock versus Roman is the Mania match.
Oh yeah,
they just haven't announced it, and the Rock is not beating Roman. So if he still has a title, he's gonna make it out of WrestleMania still a champ.
Mm. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, forgot about the Rock and Roman thing.
Word up.
Yeah.
Chad Law.
DX is the new bloodline. Well, the bloodline is the new DX essentially. Crazy, right?
I don't know. You might be right because DX came back, so maybe they are the new bloodline.
If you think about it, the bloodline in comparison does feel like DX, all right? Because you got Roman as either the Triple H or the Shawn. Solo is either the Triple H or the Shawn, one or the other. You've got the New Age Outlaws, which is the Usos. You got X-Pac, which is unfortunately Billy Gunn, and now they need a China. Do you know what I'm saying? The serious one, which is Shawn Michaels, is Roman Reigns, which also could be Solo Sikoa being the Triple H, and then Roman Reigns being the Shawn Michaels. So that's kind of where I was like, yo, I feel like Bloodline is giving us a new DX type of feel. They're so over, guys. Like, I mean, did you see the Raw segment? That Raw segment was insane, man. Like, honestly, I laughed my ass off at how funny that shit was because Sami Zayn fucking rules. And I haven't seen SmackDown yet, so no spoils. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just Sami Zayn'd out, man. Like, I love it. Top 5 DOA. We could have called it at a better time. Like, literally, this guy is the universal uber babyface. And I think Sammy as Universal Champion in 2024, let's make it happen, Kings. Let's make it happen.
No doubt. Maybe sooner than that. We need Sammy as champion sooner than that.
Yo, I would love nothing more than Sammy to be the guy that beats Roman. I would love nothing more than that.
That'd be different right there.
Oh, no, the internet will break, man.
I would love
I'm not mad at it.
nothing more than that.
That's a vibe right there. That'd be a little different.
That would literally be the second Mick Foley situation where like the world was set on fire.
Because Sammy doesn't have to have a run. Like the biggest thing that he would ever do regarding that world championship is to beat Roman. Whoever beats Roman is made. I just hope they don't waste it on somebody that doesn't need it or
like
somebody
Theory?
that's gonna be whack. Like whack is Theory. Like I don't think it's gonna be Theory, but if they did, that would be disgusting. But like the biggest world title win is whoever beats Roman. And if that shit is Sammy, like he, infiltrated the bloodline and is the reason that they, he's what took him down, that would be crazy.
Super dope.
That's a good ass line. That's a good plot right there. I fuck with that one right there, man. Good one, Ayo. Good one.
Sammy's on fire. I don't care.
No. Yeah, that's how I was feeling, yo. I know people was gonna look at this topic like kind of crazy, like, yo, how are you gonna compare the bloodline to DX? And it's just like, I mean, honestly, after looking at last Monday with the whole old folks reunion, and then you look at the bloodline, it's like, looks kind of similar here.
Yeah.
Word. I don't know. Like I liken them a little bit more to like the run just because of the dominance. It reminds me of like the good days of the NWO. When Hogan was dominant as the world champ, when Hall and Nash were dominant as the tag champs, nobody's beating the Usos and nobody's beating Roman. And then pretty much anybody that you put around that core three, you know, it's hit or miss, but there ain't no misses right now. Sammy's killing it. I don't know.
That's another topic for me too, is who is going to take the Usos.
Yeah.
Shit, I gotta think about that, man.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like the cool part about it to me is that like we Samoans have been, woven into the fabric of professional wrestling since we've all known professional wrestling, since we've all been existent. I was born in 85, so way before my birth, and before all of our births. But I think this is the first time that we've ever seen big personalities like this since Rikishi, in that whole Too Cool era, when he was dancing and doing all that crazy shit. So I think it's super dope just to see this faction shine, because obviously they have such a strong, no pun intended, but bloodline. They have such a strong history, in professional wrestling. So it's just whether they're their own thing, they're a new thing, or they're the new DX, new NWO, new whatever they are. I think that
they're the coolest.
As long as you keep Sami Zayn involved, there's money involved. So we know for entertainment purposes that you can't really keep that faction all the way heel where they're just super villainous, angry, kill everybody, because this humor that's in there is making it what it is. Well, first we had Paul Heyman bringing that charisma there, but now you have Sami Zayn not just bringing charisma, but bringing some altogether humor and comedy that's
he's
like
taking
needed
over the segment, like to the point where Roman has nothing to say, and it's like
he lays out. He just lays out.
What is Roman supposed to even say? Like, I don't even need him to say anything. Like, you can just let Sammy be the mouthpiece here. It's cool.
Paul Heyman's laying out. If Paul Heyman's laying out, then what's going on here?
You're right. When Paul Heyman don't even say nothing, it's like, damn.
You know what else could be possibly interesting too? Like we see the friction between like Jay and Sammy, but then Sammy has a decent relationship with Solo. He has a decent relationship with Jimmy. He does what Roman tells him to do, and Paul Heyman holds it down. What if there's somehow like an actual split finally between the Usos? Because like at no other time in their careers, before this whole bloodline storyline that started a couple of years ago, have they made it a point to differentiate their personalities and give them their own unique identities. We see it now. Like Jay is the ultimate hater. He is a hater. And then you got Jimmy.
Jimmy's smiling. Jimmy's smiling. He's happy, braided up, and Jay is just an angry, jealous, hater ass motherfucker.
There's so much there. Like this could be what throws Jay like off the deep end. Like they lose the title. It happened to be something that maybe Sammy caused. You know what I'm saying? You see how they all send each other out. Yo, Roman is telling I gotta hold it down to make sure you win. Maybe Sammy is the reason why the Usos lose the championships to whoever they lose it to. I think the biggest story will be the way that they lose it. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many different like micro stories within this whole story, which is why this is fire. Everybody's performing like their best performance right now is part of the bloodline. Sammy Solo was coming up. He picked no better time to bring him up. You know what I'm saying?
That's for sure.
Kind of throw him right in the deep end and just let's see what you got, homie.
I could have sworn Solo was about to be the new IC champ. Like I thought that would be like his newest run. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible. Like it might not be immediate, but they'll work their way to it.
Right.
Or I say as far as the tag titles, I don't know why. I know people are not going to see this. You've seen this 1,000 times, but I feel like Big E is going to come back and New Day is going to take one of those titles.
This guy said he wants a New Day Usos 55. Are you kidding?
Yo, Ron has some takes today, bro. Ron has had some takes.
Because like I said, I know everybody's not going to like that take, but I see, they're going to make that call where New Day is going to have the titles back. Because when was the last time New Day's had the titles?
455 days ago?
It's
quite a while.
It's been a minute. So I can see that happening. I know it's not popular, but I can see that happening.
That's crazy. You jump right to the New Day and not even Street Profits, not any of these other guys. You go right over.
Right. You know why I say that? Because not everybody, but New Day, because they had New Day and the Usos had the feud before, so I know people are gonna see that reunited. So, and for the New Day to take the titles off of the Usos, they're gonna, they want to go and see that.
The New Day need Big E to come back. I'll tell you that.
Right,
I
right,
would
because they're
agree.
kind of floundering a little bit.
I'd
You know
have
what
to
I'm saying?
agree.
So that's why I said it's not as a unpopular take, but I see them booking that. You know what I'm saying?
It's the Triple
Or
H regime. Let's have some more faith than just going back to the same old rematches.
I think if Vince was still if Vince was still around, I could say that absolutely would happen. I think Triple H is gonna be the guy that throws like some new combinations together, and let's see who can actually take this a little
It's
further
gonna
than
either
what we already
be it's
had.
gonna be Imperium. It's gonna be who are they feuding with? Brawling Brutes, or it's gonna be a Strange Bedfellows tag team. Those are my
what
top three.
about Viking Raiders? Have them
Those
what?
guys aren't serious enough. Come on, no one takes the Viking Raiders
Yeah,
seriously.
they
Come
they
on.
they got a long while to rehabilitate them
Well,
back
Them
to
boys got
whenever they build back up, why not put the titles back? Put the
I gotta
titles
see
on
it
them.
first. I gotta see
Yeah.
it
I
first because they
gotta
ruined.
see it first.
Like I've never Ron, like we know from why I guess all of us like watching ROH, like just pure dope War Machine. They have figured out every possible way.
War Machine is fire, man.
They have figured
That was
out
a
every
great
possible way to
team.
fuck that team up. Like it's a
Yeah,
joke with
they
all
screwed
the
that
I
team
hate
up.
that,
face
man.
paint and voodoo and I
Yeah,
don't know
I
what the fuck
saw
they
I
done.
saw a Reddit thread that said Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler would be the illest tag team ever, but they got nobody to face them. They would run through the entire WWE and nobody would ever beat them.
Yo, Ronda
honestly,
Rousey and
that's
Shayna
fucking
Baszler would be
dope.
very believable
Yeah,
beating the
that'd be
Usos,
crazy.
bro.
That's a dope
Period.
tag team if I've seen one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because who else is there? What other women tag teams are there? Ain't
Yo,
nobody
not
else.
not the
They would
women's
just
division.
eat
I'm
food.
talking about the
They beat men.
the men's. Yeah,
They beat everybody. They take
Oh, you talking
all
about men,
everybody.
okay.
I'm putting money down on them beating the Viking Raiders, on them beating the Street Profits, on them beating the New Day. On them
Imagine they
beating the
just show up
Usos.
and they challenge the Usos right now and they just say, nah, we ain't having none of that.
Bro.
If I was booking right now and I was creative, I would say Ronda is Raw champion, Shayna SmackDown champion. They both the women's tag team champions, and they just mashing up the whole entire women's.
Just eat until somebody
Destroying the
comes
whole
back
women's
that could beat them.
Just
there
like
ain't
they
nobody.
have all your favorite baby faces in peril. Like they're just
Yep.
like, yo, how were they
Squandering.
supposed
The
to
way that they've booked the way that they've booked Roman to be dominant and not lose, you can like if they did it for Shayna, it's believable, and it's obviously believable for Ronda because that
Bro, they
shit
can have
really
them come
happened.
out and terrorize every women's match and just sun everyone
and I'd
out
watch.
there.
I think that would pop mad ratings because everyone would be like, yo, who are they gonna kill next? I can't wait.
They're about to just run
and
game on
that's how
everybody.
you make money. That's how you make money. You
Word.
build somebody up dominant, and
That
then
would
you
be
have
dope.
that surprise finish. You got the up and coming contender. That's how you make money.
You know how we do it out here at the Ringside Club. We saying this out loud on the pod, and you know what I'm saying? We got a couple of our ears to the streets that's gonna be tapped in, and they're gonna take some of our ideas. Hopefully they apply it. You know what I'm saying? They make it happen. And you know we heard it first, the Ringside Club. You know how we give it up.
Yes, sir.
We're not just potters, we creatives.
You heard. All right, fellas. Appreciate all of y'all checking out this week's episode number 12. We're chugging along, man.
We here.
We're building. We're building.
We here. Hey, yo, tell them what we got coming up in the next couple of weeks, man. We got
Absolutely.
some stuff.
Yeah, we got those wrestling girls, their 4th anniversary. Shouts to them. Again, thanks for having us on the show. We definitely got to get them on the show at some point. But shouts to those
we got a
wrestling
lot
girls.
of people that's tapped in that want to come on the show as guests. Like I ain't gonna hold you. Our guest list is looking pretty solid. We only 12 episodes in, y'all, but we're gonna start bringing the guests in at some point. We still getting our formulas and everything together, and then we're gonna bring y'all in. Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, we're building, but things are looking nice. Things are looking real nice. Yeah, those wrestling girls, their 4th anniversary is November 5th. That's up on the ringsideclub.com. Ticket information is there. Plus, we are wrestling the day before. That's in the Bronx. Welcome to the Bronx. You can check that event. We're sponsoring both events. Tickets are available. The early birds prices are donezo, so you should probably just make sure you get them before that shit sells out because both of them are probably going to sell out. And yeah, come through. There's going to be a dope show, a wrestling event on Welcome to the Bronx. And then we just hanging out. We chilling. There's going to be beverages and other substances in the air, chilling with those wrestling girls. Celebration time.
Just do not bring up Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock at all.
Yo, honestly, stay away from that. KB will be at your head top. KB will be at your dome.
Just live in the here and now. Just
if y'all missed us on Thirsty Thursdays and you have no idea what we're talking about and you want a fair warning, all you got to do is check the footage.
Just check it out.
That's up on the Ringside Club too.
I got the exit survey if y'all want to take this thing home, man.
You can take this motherfucker home, bud.
All right. Listen, who is your number one top dog, best ring announcer of all time? I got the Fink.
That's absolutely my answer.
Same here. The Fink.
The Fink.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Yo, is this literally the first time we ever had a unanimous decision? That's the best. That's fine.
Got to throw a bomb for that.
We got to do something special for that. We got to hang a plaque up or something for the Fink, yo. That's crazy. Who Jim Cornette said had the largest pornographic collection in the world, or someone said, and it was like confirmed. Maybe it might not have been Jim Cornette. Somebody said it. I don't want Jim Cornette heat. My bad. But
I feel like maybe Jim Cornette has the largest porn collection in the world.
It's possible. I have no idea.
Some weird shit.
Nah, you know who was coming in a good second place? If we all say Howard Finkel for the first one, you know who's coming in second? Who was my man that was the next up? My man Greg.
Chimmel.
Man, Chimmel? Yeah.
His last name was Chimmel.
Yo, my man always, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest. Like, that was my guy right there. You know what I'm saying?
He killed it. David Penzer from WCW was really dope.
He's still in TNA. He still does it for Impact. Still holds it down.
Penzer was kind of dope.
Penzer does it.
I mean, the modern day best, Justin Roberts. Like, you can't.
Shout to Justin.
Yo, the AEW fans, Chad could corroborate this. The AEW fans mark out for Justin Roberts. Yo, it's crazy.
He's got his own section. He has his own section for sure.
There was another dude that was with WWE. I can't remember his name. He's one of the last guys there, but
Todd
he's not
Phillips.
there. Nah, he's in.
Wasn't he? He was on the desk. He was an announcer.
Nah, Todd Phillips is in Impact right now. But anyway, yeah, the GOAT is definitely Howard Fink. Long live the Fink.
Yes,
I heard he's the one that came up with that and new. I don't think anybody like in boxing or anywhere else did that and new. I think that was Howard Finkel. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure
he was amazing.
Memorable voice.
The voice of our childhood.
Absolutely. That's a Fendi. Long live Howard Finkel.
Yep. And with that, that's episode 12. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Yeah.
We're out of here. Peace out.